Well, hello all, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am out here doing a little bit of carp fishing. I'm on a very busy lake today, but I've walked a long way through the woods to get set up on a part of the lake that nobody on foot is ever going to get to. I'm back in an area I'm sure you heard that beep there of the alarm, but I'm back in an area where every time I bring the kayak back here to do any bass fishing, I always spook loads of carp. And last fall I actually anchored the kayak up back here and caught a few. So I've been fishing this lake a lot in some of the easier to access bits, and I've had a little success and a few near misses. Or I guess they weren't near misses, they were misses. They were near successes. But I've just got 3 rods out fishing with Packbait. I have a tiger nut on the rod that actually just got hit, and my other 2 rods have sweet corn on the hair rig. So I'm optimistic. It's beautiful back here. Loads of birds. I've got an antelope on this tree beside me. I've just been watching him eat loads of ants. It's so peaceful back here. It's a beautiful day, and let's have some fun. We're in that time. This has to be a carp the way that thing ran. Blimey. I think it's going to be a channel cat, actually, the way it's fighting. Yeah, and it sure is. Stranger yet, it's a channel cat that jumped out of the water. I've never... How hilarious is that? He swam... That's how you net a fish. He swam into the net. I never even grabbed it. Well, I hate to be disappointed with the fish, but I'm really hoping for a big carp today. And lately, all of my outings have been these guys. I say that. This past week I did catch many smallmouth buffalo and one very nice common carp. But I had some GoPro mishaps on that outing. Alright, well, cheers, fella. And needless to say, thanks to the GoPro mishaps, I have no footage of one of the most incredible days of fishing I've ever had. Such is life. So I've just got the baits cast back out again. And while we've got a moment, I'd like to point out to anybody that may be watching that I have started writing on a website. It's going to be HikeWadePaddle.com, and on there I hope to have just some write-ups, something different than my videos. And just this past week I actually wrote an article about how I target smallmouth buffalo, and you may find some videos on my channel of some trips that I've had fishing for them. But what I've done in this article is I've broken down the rigs I use, I've provided links to the method leads I use, and I've just really simplified the process. It's very, very hard here in the United States to find information on this type of fishing. It's quite similar to how carp anglers in the UK and rest of Europe, although Britain isn't Europe anymore, but it's very similar to how European anglers target them. But at the same time, most of their fish and most of their water is stocked water. And while you do have stocked water here in the US, I don't fish any of it. You are not going to catch me on a pay lake. So check it out. I'll provide a link down below in the video description to that article and to that website. And I hope it may be of some use to you. It's very strange. What I think I find most enjoyable about carp fishing, obviously other than the fact that they fight harder than anything else that swims, it's just how peaceful is this? Just sat in the woods, lines in the water, just listening to birds. It's absolutely just so serene. But when I'm in a kayak, I'm go, 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 go. Whether I'm bass fishing or bow fishing, you know, I'm casting and winding, and just it's all about quite often getting as many casts in as possible. Well, this is the complete opposite. I'm flicking out some hook bait on a hair rig, and quite often I'm waiting half an hour, 2 hours for a bite. Although that said, when they do hit, that bite alarm and that bait runner are screaming. So it's such a peaceful serenity and then absolute chaos in the blink of an eye. Fish on. That's another bloody catfish. Well, the good news is if you want an effective way to target channel cats, this is one. The bad news is I'm wanting carp. I just had a run on that other rod, and I think that fish may be on there. So I'm going to try to get this guy unhooked and on his way. And then I'll check that rod. Well, plenty of bites today. There's fish around. We'll stick to it. Oh man, oh man. Can't even get this rod baited. Yeah, it's still on there. There we go. That's another catfish, of course, because of course it is. Of course, the fish you lose, you're pretty certain was a carp. Of course, the fish you keep landing are these little buggers. I don't know what the European equivalent of a channel cat is. Probably a bream. But if any UK guys stumble across this video, let me know. What is your channel cat? What is your fish that gets your heart racing and is never that carp you want? Fish on. That's another catfish though. Unbelievable. Or maybe entirely too believable. That line had not been in the water more than, geez, probably not more than 15 seconds. Quit barking at me. I got some words for you too. You're lucky I don't have the stringer and the fillet knife. So as I'm baiting up again here, my temptation is kind of to change spots. But these channel cats and these carp kind of really like the same areas. And although I know there are carp in this lake, I don't really know how many there are. They're wild fish. So I just don't know what kind of numbers there are. And I feel like if I start moving around and changing spots, I may be chasing fish that aren't there. I know there are carp in this area. It's just a matter of being patient and getting past all the channel cats. Well, what began as a day of such great optimism has quickly turned into, as most fishing trips do, a day of frustration and a lot of this. Sitting and waiting. And while I am grateful for the 4 channel cats that have interrupted the waiting, make that 5 more than likely. Maybe not. Why I am grateful for the channel cats that have interrupted this waiting. I do really want a big carp to come by. Is that too much to ask? Fish on. Will I be lucky enough to get
a carp today. Not by the looks of it, no. Nonetheless, this channel cat's at least fighting hard. And I guess at this point, as with any trip, a tug on the line is what it's all about. So with that said, I'm going to end this video. I may fish for a little while more. Hopefully the second I turn the camera off, I'll catch a carp. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If you got any sort of enjoyment out of it, please give me a like. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. We'll have more for you soon. Thank you.